because I'm realizing that I don't know. These are kind of things that I weigh myself down with. And I don't mean to say a grand scheme of things, because I don't think there's a grand scheme. But I think the world rolls on.
If you die,
Regardless of if I die, if I'm born, whatever, you know, choose to do everything, choose to do nothing, the world remains. So sometimes I feel huge amounts of anger because I can't save people in Ukraine or change people's minds or help them think a way that I think is better. I can't just make them see the light. But the acceptance that I never had that kind of power, that I never could have that kind of power, and more importantly, the world turns without that kind of power at all. I don't know. It takes an immense pressure off my shoulders.
I've had a similar feeling the past couple days. I think it allows you to access. Once you don't have that pressure there, you're free. You're free to truly express who you are.
What you are. Yeah.
You're free to pursue with your fullest passion. You don't have negativity weighing on your conscience.
Because there's nothing to be negative about. I think there's a tranquility to the idea that even if I never live to see 22.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Even if I'm 23 years old or 1,023, I'll carry my knowledge that I'm just a man. There's a tranquility to it. I don't need to be more than what I am.
Complete comfort in being just a human.
Yeah.
Just a simple human.
My perfect imperfectness.
No matter how much you create, no matter what you do, how many deeds you do, how many people you save,
I'm just a man.
But no matter all of that, you'll be still, at the end of the day, be stuck with the same conflict of trying to be a god versus a man if you don't accept that you can't control everything, or that you can't, or that you are just a small part of this thing.
Yeah. The fight between ourselves to be more than what we are.
I hope you don't have to live with that conflict forever.
I feel like my conflict is less what I want to be and more I don't know, man. This is hard to put into words, but I do hope a part of myself outside of glory or material fulfillment. I want to help empower people to think outside and think positively about what they can be. that maybe somehow through my belief in truth, the truth of beauty, they can lead beautiful lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like ripples in a pond,
Yeah.
and I'm the stone, and I'll sink down to the very last bottom where it's just inky blackness. But the ripples that I leave on top that I'll never see go all the way out to the very edges.
You do that. You are currently doing that. You have already done that.
The mission.
Everyone has. Everyone does that.
Mm, mm. Sometimes I wonder if, well, sometimes I wonder what I loved more.
It's a mission that you cannot fail.
I can't fail. I've created it for myself. Can't get rid of it. I can't complete it. I can't fail it. I like it though.
I think it's important to have missions driving you, almost a religious devotion.
Well, if you're motivating yourself with something
ideas.
outside of yourself, it's hollow. I want that new car. I want that hot girl down the street. They're expressions of wanting, longing. But what we really long for is something that we are not. It's all reflections of death.
Okay, how about this?
Sorry, I kind of got into
I
it
don't
a
know where
little
you were
bit
going with that one.
But to bring it back in, what I think I was trying to say is people without thinking about where their lives are going, who they are, they reach for things that give them immediate fulfillment. And I think the most immediate fulfillment is the feeling of prolonging life. If I have wealth, my health is secured. If I have a partner, I'll reproduce. If I have a child, my genes are secured, you know. The core things that really provide us alleviation from pain, I think, what we're really seeking to escape is the idea of death.
Dude, I just had a moment. I don't know.
Tell me about it.
A sensory moment.
A sensory moment. Something indescribable. I think those are beautiful. I'm having so much fun just looking at the clouds. I haven't blinked in what feels like forever. I can feel all kinds of creepy crawlies climbing all over me. But I feel like time is standing still. Part of me wishes that my girlfriend could be here for this, but I also know that she would be photographing everything and she would talk about it as our big spiritual awakening. Talk about it all the time. Yeah. I love Sarah because she could more easily meld back into the human mainframe.
Yeah, this is how I think all the time, though.
I agree.
Maybe not all the time, but, you know. I like to enter this state.
takes me a while to enter this state. I don't think I've felt this at peace in years.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's not true. I feel this at peace when I'm with Sarah. Or maybe a kind of peace like this, a kind of serenity. But I feel like this peace is coming from thought, and that peace is kind of coming from just loving somebody.
That's interesting. Peace from loving somebody.
Well, it's a powerful thing, man.
Very interesting.
I've been reading about like what the classics thought about love, the ancients. They had really fucked up societies. Women were basically a little better than slaves. So they didn't really publicly condone having like a relationship with a woman, a man and a woman, where the woman is like on equal footing to the man. But they wrote poetry about friendships, relationships between two humans, where the time that you have with each other and the ways that they make you feel and think